Hi guys, I am Samandar Singh from Department of Mechanical Engineering, RA College of Engineering and Information Technology, Nukest, Jaipur. Today's topic is gas power cycle, another lecture. In previous lecture, we discussed the open arrangement of the gas turbine cycle, in which we discuss about heat exchanger cycle and reheat cycle. Now we discuss intercooled cycle. The specific output can be achieved by reducing the work of compression, that is, compression in more than one stage or using the intercooler in between them. The configuration diagram of intercooled cycle is shown in the figure. Here we are using the two compressors. First compressor considered as a low pressure compressor and second compressor is considered as a high pressure compressor. Between these two compressor there is a intercooler that reduces the temperature of the compressed air coming from first compressor by uh, by reducing the or absorbing the heat from the compressed air and transferring to the atmosphere or cooling medium. The process start with the compressor 1, the process 1 to 2 compressor compress the air isentropically, then 2 to 3 heat is removed from the compressed air or intercooled take place. Process 3 to 4 is again compression process, the pressure reached to the P4, and process 4 to 5 is combustion process or heat addition process at constant pressure. Process 5 to 6 is the isentropic process in which the expansion take place and work done can be obtained on the turbine shaft. In the cycle, same arrangement are shown, that compressor and turbine are mounted on the same shaft. The PV and TS diagram of the cycle are shown in the figure, that 2 to 3 process in PV diagram or TS diagram, that is a constant pressure process. Similarly, TS diagram we can see that. Now the work calculation and efficiency for the cycle. First of all, compressor work. The compressor work is take place at process 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. Therefore, the compressor work will be the summation of the process work, compressor work at process 1 to 2 and compressor work as 3 to 4, that is equal to Cp T2 minus T1 plus Cp T4 minus T3. Now heat addition is take place between the process 4 to 5 and the that is equal to Cp T5 minus T4. Now the turbine work, isentropic work, that is equal to work done at 5 to 6, that is Cp T5 minus T6. Now net work done. Net work done is the actual work output obtained from the cycle, that is difference of the turbine work and compressor work, that is a Wn equal to W turbine minus W compressor, that is equal to Cp T5 minus T6 minus of Cp T2 minus T1 plus Cp T4 minus T3. Again, by taking the Cp and T1 common, T5 upon T1 minus T6 upon T1 minus T2 upon T1 plus 1 minus T4 upon T1 plus T3 upon T1. As we know, the T5 upon T1 equal to the temperature constant. We have taken the temperature constant in the previous cycles. T3 upon T6 is the constant C, T2 upon T1 is the constant C1, T4 upon T3 equal to the constant C2. For the maximum power output and perfect intercooling, the C1 is equal to the root of C equal to C2, because the T3 equal to T1, and the specific work output W maximum upon Cp T1 is equal to T5 upon T1 minus T6 upon T1 into T5 upon T1 plus 1 minus T4 upon T3 plus 1, because therefore T5 upon T1 equal to minus of T2 upon T1. By putting the values, the temperature ratio and the constant C, you can get W max upon Cp T1 equal to T minus T upon C minus C1 plus 1 minus C1 plus 1, that is equal to T minus T upon C minus 2 into root of C plus 2. Now the maximum efficiency can be obtained as the maximum work done upon heat supplied or heat addition, that is equal to Cp T1 T minus T upon C minus 2 into root of C minus 1 upon Cp T5 minus T4. Then this is equal to T minus T upon C minus 2 root of C minus 1 upon T5 upon T1 minus T4 upon T1. By putting the value, we can get neta maximum equal to 1 minus T upon C plus root C minus 2 upon T minus root C. Intercooling will help to increase the net output work of the cycle because of the lower compressor outlet temperature or compressor work. The fuel flow rate to obtain the given turbine net inlet temperature will increase. Therefore, the thermal efficiency of the intercooled cycle will be less than that of the simple cycle. While the intercooling cycle is useful when the pressure ratio is high and the efficiency of compressor is low. Practical cycles and their analysis. As the fluid velocities are high in turbo machinery, the change in the current energy between inlet and outlet of each component will be taken into account. The compression and expansion process are irreversible adiabatic involving the increase in entropy. The fluid friction results in pressure losses in combustion chamber and heat exchanger, and also in the inlet and exhaust ductings. The complete heat exchanger is not possible in a heat exchanger, or effectiveness cannot be 100%. The mass flow is assumed to be the same in spite of the addition of the fuel. This is justified because bleeding of air from the compressor, which is assumed to be around 1% to 2% of cooling the turbine disc and the blade roots, is compensated by the addition of the fuel. The value of Cp and R of the working fluid vary throughout the cycle due to change of the temperature and due to change in chemical composition of the working medium. Slightly more work than that required for the compression process. These are the parameters or points that affect the ideal cycle or differentiate the ideal cycle and the practical cycle. Now, compressor and turbine efficiency. This is the TS diagram that shows the compressor and actual cycle and the ideal cycle. The ideal cycle is 1, 2 days, 3 and 4 days, while the actual cycle is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now the compressor efficiency can be calculated as the isentropic compression upon actual compression work. From the previous diagram, in terms of enthalpy or HS diagram, we can get H02 minus H01, H02 dash minus H01 upon H02 minus H01, that is equal to, because the enthalpy difference in terms of Cp delta T, Cp is the constant, can be cancelled out. Therefore, it is equal to T02 dash minus T01 upon T02 minus T01, as the Cp is the constant, and T02 dash upon T01 equal to Rc की power R minus 1 upon R. Now the compressor efficiency neta C equal to by taking the T01 constant common. T02 dash upon T01 minus 1 upon T02 minus T01, and T01 into RC की power R minus 1 upon R minus 1 upon T02 minus T01, or we can say T02 minus T01 equal to T01 upon neta efficiency of the compressor into RC की power R minus 1 upon R minus 1. Now turbine efficiency. Turbine efficiency is the ratio of actual turbine work output upon isentropic turbine work output, that equal to H03 minus H01 upon H03 minus H04 dash, that equal to T03 minus T04 upon T03 minus T04 dash, while the T03 upon T04 equal to RT की power R minus 1 upon R. Now turbine efficiency in neta T equal to T03 minus T04 upon T03 by taking common 1 minus T04 dash upon T03, that equal to T03 minus T04 upon T03 into 1 minus 1 upon RT की power R minus 1 upon R, or we can say T03 minus T01 can be obtained as neta T into T03 into 1 minus 1 upon RT की power R minus 1. Now heat exchanger effectiveness. For the ideal cycle T05 equal to T04, Cp constant as mass flow is same anywhere, everywhere. T04 minus T06 equal to T05 minus T02, that is T02 equal to T06. Let heat transfer requires a temperature difference, and when this of is very small, as it is in the ideal cycle heat exchanger, then the infinite area is required. For actual heat exchanger, the required surface is where area increases very rapidly as temperature difference available decreases, and thus for economic reasons the amount of regeneration is limited. Thus the T05 is less than T04 and T06 is greater than T02. The effectiveness of heat exchanger is defined as the ratio of temperature rise of the air T05 minus T02 to the maximum temperature difference available T04 minus T02. This ratio is called the effectiveness of or thermal ratio, that is denoted by epsilon equal to T05 minus T02 upon T04 minus T02. The effect of variable speed heat, specific heat. There are different points. First, the specific heat of air is independent of pressure within operating limit of gas turbine. However, it varies considerably with temperature. At 300 Kelvin, the constant pressure Cp of air is 1.005 kJ per kg into Kelvin, but at 1000 Kelvin, it is 1.14 kJ per kg into Kelvin, an increase of the about 13.4%. At 1000 Kelvin, the typical value of Cp for gas after combustion is 1.47. An ideal cycle or calculation, the Cp is taken as 1.005 kJ per kg into Kelvin throughout the cycle. This assumption introduces error of the 15% between the cold air and hot gases. Although there is an error, it is much less than 15% because of the compensating effect of the decrease in the value of R with temperature. As R decreases, the exponent R minus 1 upon R decreases, and thus change of the temperature delta T for a given pressure ratio and initial temperature also decreases. Because in the calculation of W1 and W2, the change in the enthalpy Cp delta T is involved in terms of work done compressor and work done turbine. Also, the effect of the increased Cp is neutralized to some extent, as Cpa equal to 1.005 kilojoule per kg into Kelvin and R equal to 1.4 during the compression. CPG for gas equal to 1.147 kilojoule per kg into K and R equal to 1.33 during the heating and expansion. Now mechanical losses. In most of gas turbines plant, power required to drive the compressor is transmitted directly from the turbine without any intermediate gearing. Any loss that occurs in therefore only due to bearing friction and wind is. The loss is very small and is equal to usual to assume that it amounts to about 10% of power necessary to drive the compressor. That can be calculated. WC equal to 1 upon neta mechanical into CPA for air T02 minus T01 kilojoule per kg of air. Similarly, the losses due to the incomplete combustion can be taken as at design operating conditions the combustion efficiency in a GT limit is quite high, close to 100%. It is defined as the ratio of enthalpy released to available enthalpy of the fuel. It is very difficult to maintain the combustion efficiency at 98% in very lean mixtures, especially at low load or very high altitude in a turbojet engines. Thank you.